ba, ba, da, ba, ba. We're back with part two because let's give him 2 minutes. We had the monkey patrol come mess with my under fair use, no copyright infringement intended. This is a personal vlog. We're doing an engineering class and we're giving real life world examples. So we'll give it 2 minutes so we can fly off the handlebars. But anyway, when I did my form, take my shots, I could still hear all of us saying, because we all used to say it too, like as a part of like mental defense. And I made all my shots perfectly. When I walked back to the house, I told the lady, you know, every one of my signature basketball moves, this is where it comes from. And I told her, like, if life was like graffiti, right? Because I said this in my music too, you know, my lyrics are like me writing graffiti lyrically, right? My poetry. Every one of these crevices, every, you know, this house is already falling apart. The roof is caving in, the walls are caving in. You know, when I bring the bulldozer, it shouldn't take much to clear this property so we could build something nice here. It has a story, it has a memory, it has a moment of reflection. You know what I mean? It's really something amazing, man. And I remember every single one. So she laughed, and I told her, happiest man on earth. I'm the happiest man in the world. Just to have this moment right here. And you would think it would have been the interview, the performance, the negotiation with the label, all that, but none of that shit matters to me. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. This moment matters more. This moment is more special. And I feel much better just breaking it down. You know what I mean? So I was speaking to my manager. Shout out to you, Rami. Um, every moment is like it's a healing process. I hear the whispers, feel the energy. You feel what I'm saying? I'm very humbled and very grateful. I have about 5 friends that are billionaires. None of them have this sense of happiness, this sense of purpose, this drive in their life. I guarantee you that. They may have won the game of life as far as bank accounts, but not in happiness, not in relevance, not in really leaving my footprint on this universe and saying, yo, I was here. This is what I did. Look at everything I've done. I'm very appreciative, very humble, very grateful, very close to God for this moment. Everything is different, everything has changed, but I still will forever remember this place. It will always be in my heart. This place really, really means a lot to me. Some of these trees, these small little shrubs, are remnants of the original trees, but I still remember those trees too. I still remember those moments. So for me, this is like a surreal moment. It's a surreal experience. And it's not meant for everybody to understand what the fuck I'm saying. This message is not for everybody. So if it ain't for you, peace the fuck out. This is for my people. The people that are here for me, this is for them. This is for my people. The people that understand is much more than a song or recognition or status or fame or power. We all know my catalog is worth a lot of money. So I've known that since I started doing music. You know, I came into the music business with millions of dollars already in my pocket. And just my record label, my movie company, shit was 30 years ago. 30, going on 32 years. You know what I mean? Phew, coño, little allergies. But thank God, you know, I'm just appreciative, man. I just wanted to reflect. I want to go and do the walk of fire and go to Jerusalem and go to Mecca. And this is part of that healing too. You know, this is part of that. I could have been anywhere else in the world right now, and my spirit was calling me here. And it's not anything more than like the spiritual side of this holy ground, but this will always be holy ground to me, has has moved on, has passed on. You know what I mean? I'm telling you, I remember every time I took a shower right there in that's like a sink thing. I would come here and dry in the sun. I could always find the sun right here. I used to pray right here. We used to have dogs, a lot of dogs, and under this sink is where the main dog, like the mother of all my dogs, that was her personal chill spot. Across, it was her, not her oldest son, but the second to oldest, first of the new generation. He used to sleep behind that gate right there, that wall. I remember every puppy that I fed here. You know, every time my aunt would cook for them, my grandmother, all those moments were written in the hard drive of my heart. You know, I remember those moments. Even though today I'm more machine than anything else, you know what I mean? But I greatly appreciate this moment of clarity. And earlier when we were talking about rock bottom, first of all, shout out to Wendy Day. She's one of the people that discovered me. She's the person responsible for the Cash Money deal, the No Limit deal, and of course Eminem. Me and Eminem have the same birthday, just like Wyclef John. So shout out to them. But he has this song on the Slim Shady LP, his first album. To this day, that's my favorite Eminem song. Rock Bottom, I could really relate to it. I have my own versions of Rock Bottom, of course. I've done everybody's catalog over, but you know, this is not the end, it's the beginning. You know, I'll be able to leave here content with everything that I've done in my life and never have to look back. I never forget a face, I never forget a gesture, I never forget the slightest person that was ever kind to me, you know. I made a promise to God I will help God's people, and I'm gonna make sure I do that before I spend a red cent. That's the first thing I'm gonna do is help God's people. Whatever God gives me after that, it's all good. But I'm very grateful for this moment because God didn't have to give me this moment. You know, I'm along for the journey as well. Everything is written, right? So I'm thinking I'm just gonna shave. And I'm thinking I'm just gonna get a haircut. And I'm thinking I'm just gonna reflect. Doesn't matter anymore. All the bickering, all the fighting, all the, you know, trying to explain things to people. Let those that have ears hear me. Let those that have eyes see me. Let those that have wisdom understand me. I am that I am. Fuck everything else. I don't need everybody to walk with me. Only God's people. I don't give a fuck about nothing else but God's people. In my last album, I said that. You know, y'all can have the universe, can have all the bullshit else. Leave me with God's people. I'm good. You know, God will make a way, just like every bird gets to eat every day. God's gonna take me where I need to go. He's gonna open doors I don't need to force open. Every time a door closes, God opens more. Things don't go how you may have perceived them. God is planning and preparing something much better for you. I don't make mistakes and ask God to help me fix them. Before I make any decision, I go to God first. So, of course, I miss my mansion. I miss praying every day. I have my own church in my house. I got my own movie theater in my house. I have a lot of comforts. I got my own recording studio. Here, this is the only way that I could pray. And every time I pray, I'm gonna be praying with y'all. I'm gonna be creating some kind of content. And that's what it's about. Fuck everything else. And when I say that, it's a figure of speech. I'm not saying it with a negative connotation. I'm not saying it in a bad way. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying because it's this or because it's that. I'm saying it because it's my truth, it's my reality. And God would push me if I didn't view it that way. If I didn't, if I wasn't as grateful as I should be. You know what I'm saying? So very thankful, very appreciative, and every moment has the end, right? So now we're gonna move on to the following phase, which is to shave. André, trajo la máquina, no. Ya yo me estoy afeitando, pero trajo la máquina, no, ¿verdad? La trajo. Ok, tráigame lo que usted tiene. Look, André came with some other machines. So, again, it's giving thanks. Tráigame la máquina. O tienen alambre. Sí, ok, no hay una extensión. Ok, está bien, está bien. Si llega, está bien. Si no, yo entro. But, it's things like that. Like, all I could say is thank you, God, for this amazing experience. I've been able to travel the world since I was very, very young. I've had a world education my entire life. Most of the people in my family will never get to experience that ever. Well, maybe now after I sign this deal, God willing, I'll give them a chance to. But they'll never understand. And meet different people from different walks of life. Like I said, this walk of fire, going to Jerusalem this time means more. I can only imagine 25 years from now. You know what I'm saying? Where my knowledge and my understanding should be even deeper. But this definitely feels like the circle of life has closed. You know what I'm saying? Like it definitely feels like I'm ready now. And I really look forward to it. And I'm gonna do it by myself, just a few people that are close to me. And that's how it should be. Because the first times that I did it in the same way. This is the first time that I'm announcing it to the world or sharing it with the world because I wanna I wanna basically move on to this new phase of my life completely and not be afraid, not be like, worried about any doubts or insecurities. This is something that not only do I owe it to God and God's people, but I owe it to myself. I'm finally able to say, I deserve to go to Jerusalem and walk the Holy Lands. I deserve to go to Mecca. I deserve to do the walk of fire. And every person should work, to the moment, to the point where they can actually do that. And it's a private thing. You don't have to share it with the world. That's nobody's business. But still, it really, really means a lot to me, especially in my faith. It really, really does mean a lot to me. Like I said, I'm facing the worst moments of my life ever. And I have the best and the biggest blessings of my entire lifetime, all at the same time. And God is like, you're a Libra, you're a scale. Balance this shit out. You gotta have balance. It's not all about money. It's not all about buying shit. It's not all about none of that shit. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. These people will fucking never see me again. I will be so far away. They're gonna see me on TV. Let people read about me on TV. Let them go watch my movie and speculate what my life is, was, and is going to be. But I don't have to open the doors to my heart for just anybody to walk in. All the people that God took out of my life will never be back in my life. They deserve to be outside of my life. And I'm humble enough and grateful enough to appreciate that and accept it and understand it. It wasn't meant for everybody to be with me at this point right now. With everything that I'm working on, it wasn't meant for them to be with me. It wasn't meant for them to be around me, my women, my children, my wives, which are holy to me. You know? And it really hurt for me to understand that and to realize that everybody's not coming to the birthday party. Everybody can't go to the beach. I have people that I love. I could give them millions of dollars. They're only going to hate me more. They're only going to put my life in danger. That's all they're going to do. they're never gonna appreciate me. No matter what I do, it will never be good enough. I'll never have their love. I'll never have their understanding. Never. And you know what? God doesn't owe me that. Nobody owes me that. God doesn't owe me anything. All I could do is be grateful that I have the wisdom, the knowledge, the education, and the training to fully understand what this shit is all about. So I have every right to keep my distance from everybody. There's 18-foot walls around my property. From now on, I'm gonna make them 24 feet. Maybe in 25 years, I'll make them 40 feet. I don't know that. But that's how I truly feel in my heart. Everything I tried to do for the people that never appreciated it, all that money is going to the people from the church. And that's my in life living testament. Crystal Delgado, Delgado Law Group is my lawyer. You want to negotiate, you got to hit me up on my neck. And that's it. Today is May 30th, 2025. That is my living will and testament. Separated myself from my wealth, put a trust fund together for my loved ones. That's it. I'm always going to be Rocky Balboa. I'm always going to be Ryu. I'm always going to look for the next challenge, the next fight. I've already moved on. Not interested in bickering back and forth, arguing. There's a lot of evil people in my family. None of those people could be part of my life. And I accept it. That was God's will. That was God's choice. That's how it is. That's how it is. And I could live with the fact that, I tried my best. I did everything that I could possibly do in the best possible way, given my circumstances. Everything that God gives me from now on all started right here, sitting right here. This backyard was like Jurassic Park to me when I was a kid. You know what I mean? This shit was like the Matrix right here. If you look through the paint, you see the years of paint that they put on the house. You still see the orange color. That's my mother's nickname. My favorite color. It's like God still left a few things for me to remember. Only the good times. I only think about the good times. But I'm grateful. I lived long enough to see this temple be destroyed by nothing but pure evil. And yet, in the middle of this destruction zone, I can have the good memories. You know what I'm saying? I can have the good moments and good thoughts. I remember playing with my little motorcycles right here, my little Ferraris and shit as a kid. And all I can say is thank you. How many people never get to know their true purpose in life? Ever. Never figure that shit out. How many people don't take that responsibility? I was able to know very, very young that I was a very, very special young man. And that God placed this amazing opportunity for me. You know, I don't even want to smoke weed out here because it'll make me too emotional. You know, like when I put my hand on that tree in front of the house, if there was one message that I could transmit to the tree was thank you. Thank you for being here and allowing me to say goodbye or a nice farewell. I could walk through the neighborhood and just be appreciative. Like God gave me a chance to just open up a few of the first chapters. And, this is like the picture coloring book, right? And just see some of the paintings. You know, the shit is all a simulation, man. Once you realize that shit, you control your own destiny. You control the future. You still have to have respect for God. You know, I may be a time traveler confirmed, but still got to deal with God. You know what I mean? It's a lot of things like that, man. I hear people arguing about stupid shit throughout life, anywhere I go. And I just think to myself, like, I just pray for that day that they find the one true God and they truly understand what life is really about. It is so true that everything that glitters is not gold. Everything that's good is not great. Some of the greatest things in life are free because I feel more content right now and fulfilled and complete than if I had fucking sat down and had dinner with the president of the country. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's an amazing thing, man. You know, shout out to all the people that are still part of my life. And I greatly appreciate all of you for being a part of my life. And I couldn't live with any one of you in my life. You know, I just want to say thank you for loving me. You know what I'm saying? For understanding me, for riding with me throughout this whole journey. Win, lose, or draw, I fucking fought my 12 rounds. You know what I'm saying? Ryu wins the tournament, that nigga leaves to the next fight. Everybody thought it was about beating Saget. I beat Saget a long time ago. I got the gray hairs like Shang Long right now. I'm Shang Long right now in the storyline, you know? But I'm always gonna be Ryu. I'm always gonna be the street fighter. You know how many people are fucked up in this country? You know how many people I fought in the streets out here for money and just fuck niggas up? Listen, big. Who would have thought that would be the guy that built the church? You know what I'm saying? Who would have thought that would be the guy that would fix the streets, help the poor people? There was a property too, not too far from here, like a few houses down. And that's what I thought to myself when I came. I said, yo, I want to buy these two houses, build a high rise. Somebody found it in their heart to share in that vision, and that's what they're doing. And I'm very happy to see that. Maybe when I come back in a few years, I'll be able to see one of those properties there. It will always be dear to my heart. I used to have friends that were twins, and when they were born, they were younger than me, and then they had a baby sister on the way. And I remember just laying in that house in that backyard, huge, so much space. I don't know how it is now, but I know that whoever bought that property, they're gonna be able to build something super duper nice there, super duper nice. So, you know, all I can say to the universe is thank you, and I'm gonna make it a point to create content every day. Every day that I'm here, I'm gonna do something different. If this is the only way that I could pray, if this is the only place where I could speak to God in the whole property, this is the only little area where I could just pray, right? That's what I'm gonna do every day. I'm gonna be right here talking to God with all of you as my witness. You know what I mean? I'm very grateful for this moment because God didn't owe me this. God didn't have to give me this, and He still gave me this chance. Maybe He gave other people other things they prayed for and asked for. But how lucky am I, be? When I'm supposed to be here breaking down, crying, I'm reminiscing about the good times. I'm seeing the beauty in all of this destruction. You know, this dirt, these boulders, shit that's breaking, falling apart. I see beauty in all of this shit. You can see where, the concrete is just like fucked up, shit like that. Still, I remember the good memories. I remember running and jumping to that space in between the houses. This used to be my godfather's house, so there was a hidden chamber where you could walk through both houses in case anything ever happened for like an emergency. And I remember running towards it, being able to climb it just like how my godfather had taught me. My cousin, he couldn't do it. He used to doubt himself a lot. He had like a twisted view of religion, which actually manifested itself as he grew older. He got shot, God spared his life, and he became an atheist. That's the kind of shit that God built me strong enough to handle and try to understand some shit that I completely disagree with. And it's a conversation one day in life we'll have. We'll have that conversation in the future. But I remember understanding and appreciating the father figure that he had with my godfather. and telling him that he could do it. And my godfather used to admire the fact that I was so young and I used to understand that. And it's because I didn't have my father. And I appreciated that because I knew moments like that I could only have with my father. My father was overseas at the time. My father had moved to Puerto Rico. And looking at it now, when they finished it, they ran out of paint. You could tell the 2 gallons that they were missing to finish it, really more like four because they stretched it to 4 gallons. Out of all the paint that fucking chipped away, that shit is still there. That shit is like a Rembrandt. And again, most people, they don't know what real beauty is. To really understand some shit like this, to really like be able to grasp the concept of how I can still see a Mozart and a Picasso and a Leonardo da Vinci and a Rembrandt in what is supposed to be the worst moment of my life. I've already shed the tears. I already been through all the shit. God took everything away from me. The money, the fame, the this, that, the women, this, that. Oh, that shit doesn't mean nothing to me. For me, my connection with God is about moments like this. And I'm not afraid to pray publicly. Anyway, I don't give a fuck. I was sitting in front of the house. I don't give a fuck. People are like, what the fuck is this? And I'm like, yo, this is a beautiful moment. This is a beautiful painting in the canvas of my life. And I can see how the deceiver would have used this to try to destroy me or put me down. And you hit rock bottom. Fuck, you just go do construction. Nigga, fuck you. How's that? 8,000 motherfucking songs in my catalog, bitch. I have houses all over the world, over here, over there, cars, everything I want. That shit don't mean nothing to me. But fuck you for trying to stop me. Fuck you for trying to fucking slow me down. Cause you fucking gave up on your dreams cause shit didn't work out for you cause hard work pays off. And every time you see me, you gotta be reminded. Half of it goes to taxes too. So no matter how much I get, I'm gonna pay a bunch of it in taxes. But yet, still, I am grateful. So let's take a moment of deep reflection. I'm gonna place the microphone over the housing so that we can move on to the second phase. And I'm gonna get funky because I'm gonna shave. So let me take off my amulet. Give me one quick second. You guys can hear me. I'll probably sound a little bit farther, or let's see. There, you guys still hear me? You sound at least 1, 2. Okay, that sound. Gotta check that shit. If not, I'll start another live. Ah, I have to all my churches and cameras leave. But you know, it's a humbling thing, man. Very appreciative, very grateful to the universe. Leave some of my hair, some of my DNA behind here on the property. Look at Samsung's hair. Look how long it has grown, right? About to pick my shit out. Ah, after I shave, I'm gonna take a nice shower. I'm gonna pray, and I'm not gonna put any products in this country in my hair, but I'm at least gonna wet my hair and let it air dry on its own, looking like Blanca and shit. Motherfucking Simba and uh, what you would call it in the Lion King, where Simba is singing the song. I always say that shit. And I just can't wait to be. That's my shit. One thing about the Disney collection is the soundtrack, man. I made sure, you know, you guys know I have my movie theaters in my house, right? So I have all my collections in my movie theaters. I still collect VHS. I still collect like regular film. And I made sure before I came to catch up on all my Disney shit, all my Star Wars shit, because I knew I wasn't gonna be able to see it over here. I didn't even know if I was gonna have the internet. You know what I mean? Ah, whoa. That tree was always there. That tree made it. That's a guayaba tree. That tree made it. Still here. These condo high rises next door, they're very, very nice too. Very, very nice. Very nice. Create success. Shout out to Manny Cosby, yo. That's my dog. That's my boy. Alright, let's fix this right here. I remember, yo, I was like fucking 25, right? But I already have been in music like 10 years, over 10 years. Probably over 15, 16 years. My family's like, yo, cut your hair. You're going bald. Yeah, bitches, I'm about to be 43, you heard me? Still, the ladies love, you heard me? Still, the ladies love. Shout out to you, Morpheus. I know you always come through, always show me love. That's my motherfucking dog right there. You seen the Victoria's Secret SV Diablo that we found, right? The white shit. Nigga, I got you. Wait till that shit hits the bank account, my nigga. My nigga, my nigga. My nigga, my nigga. Oh man, what a sight to behold when I come through. Crush him with the 8th gen Corvette ZR1. They don't know I got the fucking banana, but it's all good. It makes it that much better. Thank you, God, for this moment of clarity. Thank you, God, because you didn't have to give me this. All right, so look what we're going to do. I know that I'm going to get funky. So I'm going to take off my spiders. Shout out to my nigga Nata in the Heavenly Realm. That used to be his shit back in the days. Shout out to my nigga Blast too. Oh, my nigga Miami, Julio, PK. You know what I mean? My godson Dylan, always with me, always protecting me. Of course, my grandparents, my godfather, you know, my aunts, my uncle Juan. And he also rests in the heavenly realm, always riding with me. So put that to the side right there, right? We got sound, we got sound. See, we could just start talking about the stock market, and people will be like, "What? They don't understand all the beautiful things that got put in this beautiful mind of mine." So, what are we gonna do? First things first. We are going to make sure this is sterile because we're overseas, and I know I'm a diabetical. I'm trying to be in no fucking hospital for some bullshit. So we're gonna put that in regular water, and alkaline levels will balance out because you know that that's coming from overseas. So don't want to be messy. I have a regular blade. You know what? I think my uncle brought a regular blade. If he brought a regular blade, then I won't use this. I'll leave it for my other uncle. But let me see, because I think these are some regular blades here. They're dark because I don't use them on my clients. But a lot of the new barbers, they're got so cheap. That's what your niggas use. I gotta put your niggas onto the German shits, official shit. As a barber, I would get fucking $1,000 tips. People be like, "Why? I don't understand, nigga." The fucking shaving oil for my clients, 2 ounces of that shit, $200. Cause I'm the nigga that bought that shit for my fucking client. That's why I get $1,000 tips. Biatch. Um, Now this particular razor, we're gonna teach you guys a quick class on it because oh look, there's a comb here because I don't particularly like that shape or that design because of the fact that it's so heavy. But don't worry. Rule number one is we're only gonna use everything that God has given us, right? So here we go. And you guys know I traveled 5 countries before getting here. So God sent me from the other side of the world just to be here, having the time of our lives, gathering of the mind in the Barbershop. You heard me? I'm from the dirty South. You heard me? Shout out to all my family in New Orleans, Louisiana. We about to open up a Estilo Barbershop, Dominican Republic. Biatches. You know what? I found a locale. 30 million pesos. Building rocket built. 30 million pesos. 1 million is 20,000. So 20,000 times 20, 250 grand, some shit like that. All right. So now let's look very quickly at this design, right? Look how this opens up. It's like a butterfly blade. Very dangerous, mad dirty. This shit is. I know my uncle didn't clean this fucking shit right here. So here, hold on, that shit. I me fucked up. Think I'm fucking shit. That shit. Nah 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 nah. All right. So here, this is the triple butterfly, right? You have these two panels that close. You have these interlocking mechanisms here, and then you have a safety. The safety is loose, so it's very dangerous. This can make the blade skip. Then, because it's double layered, this shit is mad heavy. If you lift a little bit, you'll be able to get it open. You heard me. But this is what God gave us. See the tabs there? This is what God gave us, so we're gonna work with this shit. And you have your blade handle. So first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna first move this pair of scissors where it is in a safe place. I'm gonna take a Dorco. This is one razor blade for my buck 50 niggas. Buck 50 your ass motherfucker. Alright, no more jail shit. Double blade because you could break these in half. So very carefully, think about the center, horizontal laterals, go to your center. You use the branding of the actual uh, cartridge, right, that this comes in. Go to the center and fold. Fold to where is the envelope side. Once you just get it to fold and bend, you don't have to try to break it then and there. Then you could go under and go right and left. Hear that? Now, if you do it this way, the blade will be angled and you have a choice to use the higher blade, which will be in front of you, or the shorter blade, which will be behind you. We're going to go with the shorter blade because we're not too secure of the stability of this. So we'll separate this and we'll save this additional blade for the next client. I still honestly would like to build a barbershop back here. Maybe put a little tunnel cover there. Maybe there's power lines and all kinds of shit. I don't know what the fuck is what here, but whatever. I thought about ordering some machines. So holding it in the center. Now what you're gonna do is you are going to align the teeth of the fork facing up, and it's gonna have a little mountain area to stand. This gives us a lower clearance for the blade. And then when I slide it across, because the forks are folding up, I'm gonna be just extra careful and put it in place. As you can see, now it's fully locked in place. For my barber students, close this top lid here, top lid, and you can tell that the blade is bent because when you close it, the blade handle where you have your pinky grip is a little bit to the side, but it's okay. Now this is ready to go. This is the trash. So we'll keep the trash with the trash, everything sanitary. And the moment you've all been waiting for. Welcome to Dominican Republic because I'm about to show you the power of jabón de cuava. This jabón de cuava has very low mileage. I want to say 15,000 miles. It's made out of white blood cells, so it's the real deal Van der Holyfield. Of course, the chemical composition version, not the real deal. And this will be our it will be our disinfectant, and it will help moisturize the skin a little bit and lubricate it. I used a lot of skincare products because I got really bad sunburns. I went to surf when I came the last time, and I'm still recovering from those burns. So I moisturized my skin a lot. I went through a lot of like chemical peels and shit like that from my face because I knew here I wasn't gonna have shit. So I can put water and revitalize my skin. So I could use that. Anyway, information overload, but that's what makes me the greatest teacher of all time. All right, now we're gonna make our makeshift mirror once again. We're using the reflection from the actual um, LCD screen here. You see, it's not perfect. We can move the fabric of the shirt to make it a better stand. Remember, you're only gonna use what God has given you. You know, sometimes it has to be like that. You know, I grew up as a kid. I grew up in the streets by myself, so I had to teach myself everything. Now, if I lay it this way, kind of see it, kind of can't. Let's keep trying. Oh, wait a minute. I gotta move this from the track package. Mess my thing up. Boom. Now we have the mirror. So now I move my blade closer. Got my little wash thing right here. Boom. Just gonna drop the soap in there. That little extra soap. Remember, I still have the other blade there, so it's gonna sterilize the water, the alkaline from the blade. Now, while I leave this so that it can start creating, it'll break down the cells of the soap, and I will basically start by moisturizing my face. Because when I perform live, you see I gotta look good, dog. I'm the only Dominican mariachi. You know what I'm saying? They call me Antonio Banderas. Boom. Keep going. Don't force anything. You know, being a superstar, worldwide celebrity extraordinaire takes hard work. Oh, by the way, shout out to the people at Rolling Stone and SoundCloud and the Citizens Festival at Central Park and the competition. You see, this is the difference between me and other artists. You dealing with the real deal, Van der Holyfield, you heard me? So I want you to see that. I'm gonna win the competition just because y'all gonna see this. Aren't you beautiful, God? Oh, I'm gonna apply everything. Boom. Not forcing it. I don't want to close the pores. But as I'm applying a little bit of soap, can't apply too much soap. I am going to also use my hands to kind of massage everything in there. I'm gonna put my hands back in my palm here. Shout out to my nigga C4. We used to be at my mom and we're now in the campo, right? And we'll wait for the water mountain to fall. And in the nighttime, it would be heated by the rocks. So the stream used to be mad hot. We'll wait all day. Nighttime, we'll take the little buckets of the tomato paste. We used to make weights, like to lift weights. You put cement and you put a metal bar, and people use that shit in the campo. Anyway, we'll take those cans, and when the stream was coming, grab like a bucket and then take the little cans and just throw that shit and man, take the illest hot water bath in the campus in the middle of the street. These streams run through like the sidewalks and shit. But I'm talking about like if you set it on your machine to like the perfect shave temperature, that's why I was reminded of it because that's how we used to shower in the nighttime, especially with the mosquitoes. Sometimes that shit is an issue out here. Playa. And I ain't finished. That water, I'm gonna take a bath. I'm gonna take a shower with that water. Now I'm gonna dry my hands because I'm gonna grab the blade and I want full control of everything. Because now I'm gonna go to my. No, toma tu tiempo, no se preocupe. Yo me voy a afectar a mí. Ya tengo todo ready. Estoy dando una clase de ingeniería en el internet. I'm gonna take a fucking bath. Like from now on, I'm gonna get a bucket. This one taking a bath. Fill my fucking bucket, grab my soap, and I got a place to pray, ah, and do all the shit I want. So I hold the blade improperly. Why? Because you guys will be taught in barber college to hold it like this. But my fear is to pivot, and you know that this handle is way heavier. So I hold it like a thin point comb because this allows me to grip it and I can control the volume. So we're only gonna shave classic. Classic is with the grain. Royal is with the grain against the grain. So we're gonna do a classic shave, not a royal shave, because I need to see how my skin is gonna react to this environment, which my skin is sensitive, so I already know. Now I'm gonna leave the goatee. I'm gonna thin out my mustache. So because those areas are the most sensitive. If it was a client, I leave it for last. But for me, I'm gonna do that first so that I can focus on larger areas. Okay. So here we go. Very gentle, very slow, easy does it. Now I can um yo quiero usar el agua. Pues, no hay servilleta ahí, ¿verdad? Okay. Anyway, this is how I'm gonna do it. Ajá, si no me hay algo para yo poner ahí, para yo pasarle pan. What? Yo me puse crema, so se cae en pedazos. Well, still had to use the shorts, but it doesn't matter because we're gonna take. We lost our conexión. Eh? Gotta be careful. I have to position my feet so I don't bump the table. Very nice. Great success. Very, very nice. Very nice. Girl like big dick. Shout out to all the doñas in DR. Hit me up. What the heezy? What the deuce? had my fucking speakers, I would have been bumping some shit, but I can't. Of course, anything on fucking YouTube, they will copyright strike that shit. You know? I'm gonna do everything in segments, right? Because I think I'm in the business setting, so I just want to keep shaving. But no, I'm overseas and I'm using jabón de cuava and water to shave. You heard me? So I gotta go with a little bit of fun. Take that, you heard me? Let us continue. That evil genius.
Dame haciendo algo allí.
Ujú.
Lo que tú estás arreglando ahí.
Sí, yo estoy dando una clase en el internet. No se preocupe, yo voy hasta aquí hasta que yo me bañe. Oh, Andrés, tráigame el espejo del baño, por favor. Yo creo que sí tiene un clavito. Eso, hay otro. Si no es el del baño, pregúntale a tío. Let us continue. Y'all a bunch of fucking assholes. Because you don't have the guts to be where you want to be. You need people like me. You need people like me so you can point your fucking fingers and say, hey, that's the bad guy. Or say goodnight to the bad guy. Last time you're gonna see a bad guy dressed up looking like this. That's that nigga back in my one right there. You heard me? Niggas think it's a game. Surprise! Wake up, San Francisco. Y'all remember the spin-off show from Full House with Uncle Jesse? Y'all ready? Rookie. And I'm gonna have done that, but it's okay. You tell them, I cut myself right there. Now I'm gonna use the mirror, get a little bit more creative status. Much better, very nice. This is like Ross when he's painting. Happy little trees. I'm gonna trim down some of these happy little trees right here. I keep thinking about Dream Shatterer, the original shit. Shout out to Pun. Pun is with us forever. You know, it was supposed to be a yo, I shattered dreams like Jordan is so bad in your team. Quad, you know, we brought from Africa and eat from the garden. Carve mine, this soul forehead. So every time before bed, you see the BP, shut off the forehead. The first time, the first time, the first right, right, the words right. You see it works right. Anyway, on the Black Rob album, the version is I dare you, didn't, to come against me, didn't. I dare you, didn't, to defeat me. What then? Here I have to clear this area. It's not gonna be perfect. Remember, I'm overseas. I don't have everything I need, but it just has to be decent enough so when I go into the actual shower, I can make final adjustments. You know. So back home, most people have to do this way at home. This is the actual look. This is the look. So the little imperfections, the little, oh, you know, this little corner is not perfect or whatever. That's what women like. Like when they look at your beard and your goatee, that's your signature. You know what I mean? Signature is very, very important. When we talk about brands and marketing and stuff like that further down in the future, we'll talk about it more. I'm gonna make a correction here to correct the shape, but we've gotten this area at least cleared. Now I'm gonna moisturize my skin again so I can do the rest of my shape. What the fuck is this? Man, I'm a messing towel down. I just put my hands there. And now, of course, my skin's super sensitive and all this stuff. This stuff. Wait, wait, wait. Give it away, give it away, give it away now. Salió el sol, cuerpo bronceado y sus caderas, cada acción, la canción. Oh, vive reggae. Oh, oh, yeah, yeah, we're on the river, on the river, on the river, on the river, on the bank, on the bank. Moisture. Shout out to my nigga Moisture. Keep it moist, biatch. So we'll do the same thing. Moisturize my beautiful face, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying, dog? Oh, so we use a second round because every layer we're just kind of adding it up. So you can never have too much bone because remember, we're overseas. Rule number one is we can only use everything God has given us. Oh, I feel it. That circus going through. Now, gotta dry my hands because I need control of that blade, you heard me? Cutting hair always has brought a lot of joy and happiness to my life. I just renewed my license overseas. I have a few more I need to put up to date because I'm delinquent. Not because I haven't paid, but because I haven't renewed. And they gave a fine. So they gave me a business permit for a few months. But I need to renew that one for 2 years, and then I got to get the licenses redone for 2 years. So let me adjust my pumpies. And I kill a communist for free. But for a green card, I'm going to carve him up real nice. Easy does it. Just take your time, no rush, steady hand, believe in yourself, trust in the blade, let the blade do its job. You know? Fuck up that shit right there. Fuck it. Let it go. Cool. Very nice. Create success. How many artists you know could give themselves a hot towel shade in the Caribbean without the hot towel? You know what I'm saying? You work in one area, stay in that one area. You know what I mean? Have the concentration of a Japanese warrior samurai. Skin is dried there, but it's okay, man. Cause I got the water right here, man. Chichi, get the yayo, Chichi. Get the yayo. That piece of shit up there, I never trust him. For all I know, he had me set up, had my friend Chichi catch. All I have in this life is my word and my balls. I break them for no one. Very nice, great success. It's not perfect, but it's okay, man. It's a lot better than I found it, man. Now, my natural reaction is I want to go shave against the grain because I like to be able to like refreshen my roots, but I can't recycle my roots. Not in this country. So it may irritate my skin. Here I can feel some of the roots. Still a few inruns in there. That's okay. This came out much better. Okay. Dry cloth, clean, and it's not perfect, but I can use the reflection. Got to trim that down a little bit, but that's okay. Overall, mission accomplished. So, I also want to trim the eyebrows. Got the Ken Ryu shits going zones over here. So, let's try it, man. Now, y'all know I'm always gonna have the Ken Ryus, but just throw them down, man. Okay, man. What do you guys think? Good job? Think we did a good job? Now we continue, man. Oh, shit. About this part here. But my uncle said there was a brush here we could use. So let's use it, man. 10-5 aquí es puro. Chuquenlos money, man. No way. Big man. All right. You want to make some big bucks. Ah, let's see how tough you are. Two guys coming into town. New guys. They got two keys for us. Fits what they say it is. You go, you buy, you bring it back. Do that a piece, you each get 5 grand. If anything happens to the buy money, ooh, wee. Frank Lopez is gonna stick your head so far in your ass faster than a rat this point. What the hizzle? For shizzle my nizzle, you should dribble down a VA. So now, it's the part you've been waiting for, man. Now, it's time to go to the day spa, give ourselves a motherfucking shower, man. Yep. What you thought? I told you not to use your imagination. It's where my rap skills come from, my musical talents. You know what I say, man? You know what this is gonna do? It's gonna keep the mosquito off my skin. It's been tearing me up, messing with my dance shoes, man. Yo, I'll be taking a nap. Oh, and them little joints will wake me up, child. So this will be a nice little soap water bath for my skin. So when they land, they're gonna be like, "Zzz, like this, like this." Ah, today, mm, the Roachard Justin became the first YouTuber to take a bath live online in the Dominican Republic from May 30th, 2025. You hear me? Boom. VR, you got to put something there, play. That shit smell like a mechanic shop. I'm literally in my uncle's mechanic shop. Creature comforts, ha, a thing of the past. You, you can imagine what I would do. Oh yeah, I let it burn deep down at your bed, to burn the bills. Sit at the body with the bills, at the booth, at the booth. Oh, yo, I just took a whole shower and I put my hand in that thing again to get the waters. You know what? Can't force things in the universe. Fine, fine. You know what? Put my head in the wrong thing. It's gonna be okay, dog. It's gonna be all right. Cut my nails, scratching down, roots are lining. I'm actually massaging the skin. The hair follicle is still like 4 centimeters. If I would have shaved against the grain, I would have took half of that out. But this is why we do this. So still gonna apply more to my face, but I'm not gonna wipe no more because now I want it to actually settle. Why? Because the damn mosquitoes ain't gonna mess with me, dog. No more, no more. Got a scratch. Use the pliers. Pat myself down. Pat myself down. I want you to look at yourself in the mirror. Say, I am beautiful. I am great. I am blessed. I am grateful. I'm thankful. I'm appreciative. I am a money making machine. I'm a superstar. I'm an artist. You know, I am one of one. I am God's child. They don't make them like me anymore. You know what I'm saying? In the universe, people get worried. Gotta come back, show y'all what life and love is really about. This ain't gonna be the first time. This ain't gonna be the last. But I want to thank God for this moment of clarity, this class that we taught, this education series, this haircut, this shave. We did it all. You know, we did it all. I even trimmed the Canon Ryus. I was fade long. I mean, not fade long. I was Shang long, but now I'm back to Sub Zero wins. Fatality. Flawless victory. Scorpion wins. We did it. I want to thank you guys for taking out of your precious and valuable time to spend here with me and all of us here for this gathering of the mind. Until the end of eternity, to the end of time, this video will stand as a living testament, living moment to everything that we understand about the universe, what God has actually given us. I hope that you had a moment to reflect, and I hope that this is as therapeutic for you as it has been for me. You know, dreams come true. Always dream big. Have an amazing day today. May you conquer everything in your path. May everything that you touch turn into solid growth. Always remember to dream big because dreams come true. It happened to me, and I know for a fact it's going to happen to you. And I'm not going to end the video without throwing zones, machaca banners performed in front of hundreds of thousands of people in the shirts. 20,000 here, but all over the world. Millions, baby. Millions, you heard me? So when putting on your chacabana, always remember to have your swagger on fleek. You heard me? Official tissue, you heard me? Real deal, Vander Holyfield. I am the conqueror. Mike Tyson said he ain't no Alexander. Mike Tyson, shout out to Mike Tyson. I'm a dog, dog. But I feel so much better. You know, person could be having a tough moment, challenging day in their lives, and get a haircut, that changes everything. Sometimes you don't know what a person's going through. All you got to tell them is, God bless you, have an amazing day. You'll be surprised how far that takes them and how far that takes you in life. Oh, yes, I did that. Well, love you guys. We'll see you on the next one, okay? Shout out to all the people that I love. I love all of you, all my cherries and babies. My business partners, my colleagues, my friends, my family, my haters, my doubters, my worders, all my supporters. Shout out to BandLab, shout out to LinkedIn, shout out to Pinterest, shout out to Instagram, shout out to Facebook, shout out to WhatsApp, shout out to Messenger. Shout out to all of y'all, man. I love all of y'all. Shout out to DR, shout out to PR, shout out to Cuba, Jamaica, Turks and Caicos, the Cayman Islands. Shout out to everybody, man. I got love for everybody. Love you. All right? Now go vote for me. and listen to the new album. Peace out.